Hi guys, this is Venkatesh. Hope you are doing well. In this video, we'll discuss how to establish connection or communication in between two VPCs using VPC pairing in AWS. Firstly, we'll explain what is VPC pairing, limitations, different type of scenarios we do hands-on in the AWS console, and where we use VPC pairing in real time. So, what is VPC pairing? Imagine you are having a test environment and you want to set up your dev or a prod environment in a different VPC instead of this using the same VPC. So, once you created your dev environment to establish the connection between two VPCs, we need a we need a connection. So that connection is called a peering connection. So we'll create a peering connection between the two VPCs, dev and test VPCs, and we'll do ping test between these two servers. While doing VPC peering, there is some limitations as well. We'll explain in the scenario section. We'll do hands-on the below scenarios. In the first scenario, peering connection we'll try to establish the peering connection between the test VPC and the dev VPC, and we'll do the ping test. And in the second scenario, we'll take one more AWS account in different region, and we'll try to establish the peering connection between the test VPC and the prod VPC, and we'll do the ping test. And in the third scenario, we'll try to access the prod VPC server from the dev VPC. It should not work because peering connections won't work as a transit. In the fourth scenario, we'll try to establish uh, the connection between the VPCs having the same CIDR ranges. Again, it should not work because both are having the same CIDR values. So we'll do these four scenarios hands-on in the AWS lab. I believe you understand these limitations now. So we cannot establish the peering connections having the same CIDR range, and we cannot communicate the prod VPC server directly uh, without establishing a separate VPC connection from dev to prod. And one more thing regarding peering connection pricing related, for establishing the peering connection, there is no charges, but the charges will be applicable for the data transfer over the peering connection for cross ACs. Now we'll discuss when we use the VPC peering. Imagine when you're working in a shared service account, then in the shared service project, we need to work with multiple clients. For example, think like entire Tata Group subsidiaries are having one IT team. Then first, we need to connect to the jump host in the managed account, and from there, whatever the project we need to connect like that. In future, when two companies merged, then to establish the communication, we use peering here. If your project is big and having multiple VPCs instead of a single VPC, then we should go with the transit gateway. So it's completely depends on your project design and your project requirement and size. And we'll discuss about the transit gateway in our coming videos. Now we'll go to the AWS console and we'll start the hands-on. Now we'll start with the first scenario. Establish the peering connection between the test and dev VPC. I have already created the test prod and AWS VPCs. So now we need to create the dev VPC and the peering connections. Okay, let me go to AWS console. Yeah, we already have the test VPC, and I already created the server in the test VPC. Yeah, let me create the dev VPC as well. Create VPC, and you can come to here VPC and more. Now you can click some dev, so it will take the name as dev vpc, and I'm giving the CIDR as 10.1, yeah, 10.100 by 16. So we are getting 65,000 IPs here. So I don't need the IP6. Number of one is fine for me. I don't need the private subnets. There is no requirement of NAT endpoint. I just simply click on create, so that it will create all the requirements. I mean, VPC, subnets, internet gateway, routing table, all the things automatically. And I will come here, and in meantime I will create the server as well in the dev VPC. Dev servers. I will take Ubuntu. Okay. I will take T2 Nano. Asus. Yeah. So laptop. Okay. Edit. I will take dev VPC subnet. I need IP. I mean public IP to connect. I will take the default security group, and I will launch the instance. And after launching the instance, in the inbounds, I will allow all to connect to the server. Okay, go to inbound, allow all traffic, U00, you can remove this, save rules. Yeah. Yeah, once the instance state is up and the status check is passed, we can able to connect to the server. Meantime, I will connect to the test server. So, okay, 1.93. Okay, this is the test server. It is already logged in. Okay. This is the other account. So I will log in these servers as well in the meantime. So this is the prod server. This is the prod server. Okay. I will do one thing. So this is the prod server. Okay. Let me go to the dev server and I will try to log in. Okay. Still it didn't came up. Again. Okay, let me try to log in. It's not. change settings, colors. We can do this one at the time of launching the machine in the user data as well, but I forgot that one. Dev server 1, duplicate the session. Yeah. So now, as per the picture, we have the test server in the test VPC and the dev server in the dev VPC. Now we are going to establish the peering connection in between these two VPC. Before going that, I will just run the ping command. It should not work. Once I establish the peering connection, it should work. So this is the dev server IP. I was taking the private IP. So okay, this is the test server. In the test server, in the test server, I was doing the ping test. I was trying to access the server using the ping. Is that from the is the prod? Okay, this is the dev server. From the from the dev server, I was doing ping to the test server. You can see right now, ping is not happening because there is no peering connection between these two VPCs. Now I will establish the peering connection between the dev and test VPCs. For that, come to VPC service, go to peering connections in the left hand menu. So create peering connection. You can name it as test to dev peering. So the requester is test, and so it was in the same account and in the same region, and the acceptor should be dev. Create VPC peering connection. So both are in the same account and the same region, right? So we have to come here the actions and we need to accept the request. Once you come here peering connection, you can see, right, we got one pending acceptance. If it is in the different account, we should go to that destination account and we need to accept the request. Accept the request. Accept request. Okay, once you have accepted, you need to modify the routes as well. So we came to, we'll edit the test routes here. Go to routes and edit route. You can see, right, this is the local route. Instead of this segment, all the traffic should go to internet gateway. These are the two rules existed in the routing table. Now we are adding a route. If any traffic comes in this segment, now route the traffic to peering connection. Save changes. Okay, and we need to do the same in the dev route table as well. Go to routes, edit routes, we're adding a route as if any traffic come in this segment, the traffic should go to the peering connection. Should come. One second. Let me refresh the page and try again. Okay, okay, got it. So let me make dev route table as yeah. Let me make the okay dev route table as main route table. So for get confusing, I will delete this route table. So go to routes, edit route, add the test VPC segment here, VPC peering. So again we got this, save the changes. So once you have saved, you can see the ping request just started working. So the scenario one is completed. We can see, right, we can able to ping the dev server from the test and the test server from the dev. So we are moving to second scenario. So the second scenario will be we are going to establish the peering connection from the test VPC to prod VPC, which was another AWS account and another region. So for this, I was taking one more AWS account, say prod VPC. Okay, this is the prod VPC. Okay, okay, let me go to this. Okay, I'm going to peering connections and I was in the test VPC account. I was creating peering request, test VPC to prod VPC. So test VPC is the requester. So it was in another account. We need to provide the account ID. And it was in another region, which was Ohio. We need to give the VPC ID. VPC ID. Okay, VPC, prod VPC, take VPC ID. Okay, now you can see, I mean, a request has been sent from this test VPC account to prod VPC account. I will go to the prod VPC account. I will refresh the tab once and I will go to the peering connections. You can see there is a request for us. Now I'm going to accept the request. One second, before accepting the request, I will do the ping here. So this is the prod server. I'm pinging the prod server. It should not work. If it works, it's a network. It's a breach, right? So it should not work. Yeah. Uh, going to the instance. I was taking the test server IP. This is the prod again. from the prod server to I was pinging to test server. So let me accept it. Okay, accept it. See, even though if we accept, this thing should not work because we haven't added the routes yet. So let me add the routes. Okay, you can see, right? It came to active, but it should not work because there is no routes yet added. Okay, let me go to routes. Instead of here, you can go here also. Go to routing table. This is the prod routing table. You can see this is not a main. This is not the main routing table. So again, we'll get that error. 582, 582. Wait. Let me select this. Set as main routing table. Okay. So this is the main routing table. Let me go to the routes. Edit route. So if any traffic come from here to here, it should accept. So and it will go through peering connection. So I need to add this one by 16. The traffic should go to pairing connection. This is the pairing connection. Save it. In the same way, again you need to do in the test VPC account. I'm going to here. If you refresh it, you can see the status changed to active. You can see, right? This is the one VPC test VPC to prod VPC. Okay, we'll go to the route table. This is the test VPC route. Click on edit. Now you need to allow this cider in the routing table. 10.2.0.0 by 16 through peering connection. So here you need to select test VPC to prod VPC. Once we have added the route, this should start ping. You can see, right? This. So the test server is able to communicate the prod and the prod server is able to communicate with the test server. So the second scenario is also completed. Now we are going to do the third scenario. Now we are going to ping. We are going to access we are going to ping the prod VPC from the dev, and we are accessing the dev VPC from the prod. It should not work because VPC won't, peering connection won't support the transit. So dev to prod. Let me go to the dev VPC then. So this is the dev VPC. I need the prod VPC, sorry, prod server IP. You can see the dev server is not able to access the prod server because it was not having the separate peering connection to the prod VPC. So let me access the dev server from the prod server as well. So this is the prod server. The prod server IP is, okay, sorry, the dev server IP is you can see, right? I was accessing the prod server from the dev and the dev server from the prod. it was not working. So we have achieved the third scenario as well. And the fourth one should be, we are we are going to establish the peering connection having the same side ranges. Let me go to the count. And it should not work because two VPCs having the same values, right? You can see AWS VPC is having the same 10.2 by 16 range, and prod VPC is also having 10.2 by 16 range. I'm going to peering connections, create peering connection. So the requester is the prod within the same account, same region. The acceptor should be AWS VPC. Once I click on the create peering connection, it should throw an error. Let's see that. Yeah. So between the two VPCs that have been same, overlapping shaders. So we need to select the two different VPCs having, different cider ranges. So the fourth one is also completed. So this is how we need to establish the peering connection. Now we'll be doing the decommission. We need to terminate the server first and delete the VPC directly. It will delete all the associated resources automatically. I'm terminating the server. Terminate. Instance state. Terminate. You see the servers are terminated. Yeah, the prod one is terminated. Let me go to VPC, drop down, delete VPC. So it was telling that there is a VPC connection still active. Okay, we'll come here, peering connections, delete peering connection, delete related route table entries. Okay, these two servers are terminated. VPC, I will terminate the AWS VPC in meantime. Delete VPC. You can see, right, all the associated related resources, internet gateway, routing table, subnets are getting deleted. Okay, see peering connections, it is deleted. Okay, okay, terminated peering connections. Okay, this is deleted. Delete peering connection, delete the route, delete auto PC, to test PC, delete. Okay. Okay, the test VPC should be there. I'm having one more server. Go to dev VPC, delete. Yeah, so thank you for watching the video. Hope this would be helpful to you. If you feel this video as helpful, do like, share, comment down below. Thank you. Bye.